Bianca, I'm sorry to text you so suddenly. I have something to talk to you about. Do you have a minute?
What's the matter, Mom? I was just taking a break from housework, so I have some time right now.
Okay, that's great. So, the thing I wanted to talk about is about how you've been spending too much money.
What? Me? Spending too much money?
You're in charge of money management in the house, right?
Yeah, that's right. Eric is busy with work. So I manage the money at home and decide how much to use for our living expenses. Is there anything wrong?
No, there's nothing wrong about you being in charge of money management. It's hard to tell you this, but I think you might be using too much money.
Are you saying that I'm spending more than I need to? I'm only spending money for my basic living needs. Stop accusing me for something I've never done.
But I heard you bought a brand new bag recently. Eric told me that it cost more than $1,000. And he also said that it wasn't your first time buying something so expensive.
That was a present for myself. Eric is not the only one who's tired from working. I do housework every day, and I have to reward myself for it once in a while. I think I deserve it, honestly.
I know you're working hard, Bianca. I'm not telling you to stop spending money for yourself. I just think it might have been better if you told Eric about it before you spent the money. Eric is the one who's bringing the money to the household, so I think he should know how his salary is being spent.
I regret not telling him about it in advance. But it's our problem, not yours. Let us solve it as a couple. It's not your business, is it?
That's very true. I also hope that you would be able to solve it with Eric.
Then mind your own business, can you? We are capable to solve these things on our own.
Eric asked me to help because you two aren't capable to... You don't listen to him, do you? He said he's been asking you to stop many times, but you still seem to be buying many expensive goods.
Even so, it's our problem. I can't believe he asked you for help. It's none of your business. That's a bigger problem for me, to be honest. He still asks his mother for help at this age? How embarrassing.
I think Eric really needed help. I don't want to be an annoying mother-in-law, so I won't say too much. But can you make some time to discuss about this with Eric? He'll understand if you talk about your feelings with him.
If you say so. I'll have a discussion with him. How about that?
That would be great! I know you're busy with housework, and I understand that you get stressed out sometimes, but saving money is really important too. I hope you two can discuss about it as a couple.
I get it. So, is this all? Anything else you wanted to talk about? I have to go buy some groceries, so may I leave now?
Thanks for your time, Bianca. You're always welcome to visit me anytime with Eric. I hope you can visit me again sometime soon. Eric called me last night. Bianca, I heard you bought something expensive again.
Yes, I did. So what?
I thought we had a discussion about this with Eric. Didn't you agree to ask Eric when you wanted to buy something expensive? But I heard that you ignored what Eric said. Is that true?
No, you have to listen to me. Eric always says no when I ask if I can buy what I want. Isn't that unfair? It's not what we agreed on.
So you did ask Eric about it.
Yes, I did. We decided to when we had our discussion. But Eric keeps on saying that we can't afford something so expensive. He just got his paycheck, but he still says no. I feel so stupid, being the only one keeping our promise. If I can't buy what I want, I don't know why we had a discussion.
Bianca? Listen. Do you remember spending $1,000 last month to buy a brand new bag?
Yes, of course. I always wanted that bag. It's my favorite bag now.
Okay, that's nice to hear. I want you to keep in mind that you bought the bag you wanted last month. Eric only gets a few $1,000s paid every month for his salary.
Oh, how do you know all this? But why did you bring that up?
You do know that you need at least $3,000 to pay for both of your living expenses, including your rent, food expenses, electricity bill, and so on. That's the minimum amount you need monthly. Am I right?
Yeah, I think so. That's about the amount we need every month. It does change depending on the month, though.
Then don't you think spending $1,000 every month for your shopping fees is a little too much? You won't be able to pay for your living expenses.
I'm perfectly aware of that. I only spend money that's left after paying for our living expenses. Do you think I'm stupid?
Have you been saving money? You have to be prepared for your future. You might give birth to a baby soon. Or worse, one of you might get into an accident. How are you going to pay for the fees if you don't start saving money?
Huh? What do you mean? I thought our parents were supposed to pay for those fees. Why would we have to save money and pay for them ourselves?
Wait a minute, Bianca. What do you mean?
I'm talking about the money that's required when I get pregnant. Or when we got into an accident. Our parents should support us in these unexpected cases. I always thought you would pay for these fees because it's an emergency.
Did Eric say that? You both are independent adults. Don't you think you should look after yourselves?
Even if we're independent, Eric is still your child. So you should at least help us in an emergency. I don't know much about it, but I heard you inherited a lot of money after your husband's death.
I'm sorry, Bianca. Let me be honest with you. I won't be paying any of those fees you're talking about.
Huh? You have to be kidding.
Like I told you just now, you are both independent adults. I am willing to help you with little things, but I don't have enough money to spend for you two. I can't pay for everything, Bianca.
No, you don't make sense. You've been meddling in our business all the time. After making so many complaints, you just leave everything to us?
It's not like that. I know it's only been a year or so since your marriage, but you can't depend on me forever. You're Eric's wife, Bianca.
Oh my gosh. You're not only a single parent, but you're also poor. I didn't have to respect you as my mother-in-law. I should have just ignored you from the beginning.
You've been maintaining a good relationship with me just because you thought I was rich?
Of course. Who would contact their mother-in-law without any reason? But there's no need to talk with you anymore. I don't want to be involved with people who are poor. Stop trying to get in contact with me.
Don't be so harsh on me. Let's talk about it again, shall we? Considering your future as a couple, we can't just let you spend money freely.
Just mind your own business. There's nothing I can learn from poor single parents like you. Stop acting like you're better than us. You're really annoying.
Wait a second, Bianca. Are you still there? Listen to me. We still have things to talk about. Bianca?
Can you stop coming over to our house like you did yesterday? It's really annoying when people visit without telling us beforehand.
I just wanted to have a conversation with you. Do you really think you can just do whatever you want? Your parents are also worried. Do you know that?
Oh my gosh, so annoying. Did you contact my parents too? Don't you think that's a bit too much? Well, I have to thank you for not telling Eric about this.
I know you'll get in trouble if I tell Eric about yesterday. If you can reflect on yourself and change your attitude, I won't tell Eric about it.
Thank you, you're so nice. But you're really annoying me. So don't come over ever again, okay?
Then, think about how you spend your money. Stop buying expensive brand new bags every single month, okay? You can always save money and then buy what you want.
That's impossible. These brand bags are so popular they get sold out really quickly. If I wait until I save money, I won't be able to buy them.
Haven't I been telling you to learn to be patient? It's not just your own money, it's Eric's money too. If you were single, it's up to you to spend as much as you want. But you have to understand that you're married now.
Stop acting like you know better than us. You're looking down on us, aren't you? We're having this conversation in the first place because you're poor.
My financial situation has nothing to do with this.
But you can't because you're poor. So I have to spend my own money to buy what I want.
It's not only me. Your parents also said they won't be supporting you financially. Why are you only blaming me?
Oh, I never thought my parents would. They're poor like you. Ugh, I'm so lucky. Not only that my real parents are poor, my mother-in-law is also poor. How unfortunate can I be?
You can't say that to your real parents. You should be more considerate about them. They have been taking good care of you until you grew up.
It's the parents' duty to take care of their child. Why do I have to appreciate them when the only thing they did was to complete their duty?
Your parents would be disappointed if they hear this.
Are you trying to appeal to my emotions now? Oh, you're so annoying.
You've been calling me poor. But are you any better than me?
Better?
I just told you that you should save your money before you buy what you want. If you don't want to wait until you save your money, how about you start working as well? But you never got a job yourself. Why don't you do something on your own before you depend on others?
I don't like to work. Why do you think I married Eric? I wanted to stay at home as a housewife.
You really don't plan to change your lifestyle, do you? Nothing can influence you to change for the better. Even your parents.
No, not at all. But I do regret some things I did. I decided to marry Eric because I heard that he inherited some money from his father. Oh, but I should have done more research.
What do you mean?
I should have known better than that single parents were poor. Now that I think of it, I shouldn't have married Eric. Well, Eric is pretty well paid, so I won't divorce him for now.
So that's what you've always thought about us. I finally get it now. Just do whatever you want. I won't stop you anymore. I'll do whatever I want too.
There's no time for you to do whatever you want. I'm gonna break relations with you. I don't want to have any relations with poor people. I'm afraid you might start brainwashing Eric.
I don't think my son will agree to that.
He's so kind. Too kind that he hasn't even divorced me yet. He'll listen to whatever I tell him to do. He's really an ideal husband, you know that. I'm never gonna divorce him.
Okay. Go on then. But I will take away his inheritance rights.
I don't need your teeny tiny bit of inheritance money. Do you think you can persuade us not to break relations with you just by threatening us about inheritance rights? I'm sorry. I take back everything I say. Please forgive me.
What's wrong? What makes you change your attitude so suddenly?
I'm being serious. I'm so sorry. It was all a joke. We won't break relations with you. Please forgive me.
Oh, did Eric text you? That was fast. I sent him a screenshot of our conversation just now.
I regret everything I did. I'm gonna stop spending money on brand bags. So please forgive me.
I guess you heard about our inheritance money from Eric. I never wasted my money. Unlike you. After my husband's death, I worked hard to earn enough money to take care of Eric when he was still little. I haven't spent a single dollar of the money I inherited from my husband.
You are so hardworking. I respect you from the bottom of my heart.
Well, you don't have to worry about this. We're back to strangers if we're breaking relations. Stop flattering me and never text me again. I'm leaving now. I'm busy.
Please wait. I'm really sorry for everything I did. Hello? Mom? Are you still there? Mom? Mom, please open the door. I'm here to apologize about everything I did to you.
I don't need your apology. Just go home, Bianca. You're disturbing my neighbors. And stop calling me, okay? It's creepy to see all these calls from you.
Don't say that. I was crazy for being so rude to you. I think I might have lost my mind. I regret everything I did. I'm really sorry.
What am I supposed to do? Even if you apologize to me like this, there's nothing I can do for you. I'm a single parent and poor. I thought you knew that. Your apology means nothing, Bianca.
I never meant to say that. I just went with the flow.
You seemed really fluent, though. You've always been very confident with what you said.
You know, I can have a dirty mouth sometimes. I really want to get rid of it, but it's hard to fix bad habits. I never meant to say all these bad things about you. Believe me.
Alright, but I think you should get rid of your habit as soon as possible. As a stranger who's poor, I don't really mind, but I bet many people would feel uncomfortable.
Okay, I'll be sure to get rid of it as soon as possible if you say so. I really respect you, so I'll do whatever you ask me to. Eric has been saying that he wants to be like you all the time.
Really? That's my first time hearing Eric say that. But I don't think he should be like me. I'm a poor single parent who can't even support my son and his wife financially.
Don't be ridiculous. You have the inheritance money. You make plenty of money you can use to support us.
What's important here is how I feel. I don't care about how much money I have. I'm not gonna support you financially. Never.
No, you don't have to support me. everything's gonna be alright when Eric inherits all your money.
Eric's gonna come pick me up now. With the divorce papers in his hands.
Huh? What are you talking about? You've gotta be kidding.
I bet you hope so. Eric has been considering getting a divorce after all you did. So he always had the divorce papers ready. I guess the conversation between us was the last straw.
Wait a minute! Are we getting a divorce? Right now? No! I don't want to get divorced!
Don't tell me. It's not my business.
Don't say that! Can you help me out? You're his mother. Can you tell him to stop? He's being ridiculous.
I've been giving you advice so that you could avoid getting divorced by Eric. You were the one who never listened and never changed the way you act. Oh.
But it's so sudden. After my parents heard about what I did, they told me never to come back. How am I supposed to make a living if I get divorced now?
That's unfortunate. But I think you deserve it. I'm leaving now. Goodbye. Oh, I wasted so much time talking nonsense with you. After our conversation, Eric arrived, furious with everything Bianca did, and took her away with him. Although Bianca refused, Eric had already decided to get a divorce. There was nothing that could change his decision. Bianca had never seen Eric so furious. He also asked Bianca to pay for compensation money, and she broke down into tears. To be honest, I'm very disappointed that they ended up like this. The indecisiveness of Eric that led to Bianca's arrogance. My failure of not being able to change Bianca's attitude. I'm disappointed in the both of us. And I think they're both something we should work on. I hope Bianca learns something from her divorce and changes for the better.
Layla, when are you going to start picking up and cleaning up after yourself? Honestly, when you married my son, I didn't expect him to be dealing with such a lazy and slobbish person. I fully expected you to have some manners and to be able to deal with the household chores. Is it really that much to ask?
What are you on about, Tracy? There's no mess in the house at all. I know because I did a deep cleaning yesterday at your constant insistence.
Well, if it's so tidy, why is there a bowl and cup just sitting in the sink, huh? Explain that to me.
What? That was what I had for breakfast this morning. I was in a bit of a rush considering I woke up late because you decided to hide my alarm clock. I didn't have time to wash up my bowl and cup. But considering that there are only 2 items, I don't think it's really that big of a deal. I'll sort them out when I get home from work.
Ugh, don't bother. I've already washed them up and put them away for you. You're welcome, by the way. Not that you were going to thank me for doing your job, anyway.
Thank you, Tracy. However, you know that you don't need to do that. I am more than capable of washing up some dishes once I get back from work. It's really not that big of a chore.
If it's not that big of a chore, then how come you didn't do it this morning, huh? Were you just trying to make it a horrible space for my son to live in? And me?
No, Tracy, you know I wouldn't do that. I was simply in a rush.
Well, that's not good enough. As a wife, you are expected to take care of the house and all of the chores that come with it. Not to mention that you're supposed to make sure that your husband has everything he wants. Just because you have a job doesn't mean you get out of doing these things. It was your decision to keep working when you could have stayed at home and looked after the house and kids. So now you have to deal with the consequences of that decision.
Tracy, you act as if me choosing to go to work is some terrible thing. I enjoy my work, so I'm happy to keep doing it even though I am married. And for your information, the chores are shared between me and Bradley so that neither of us is taking on too much. It's what responsible and caring couples do, instead of shoving it all off onto the woman. As well as that, it's only because I have my job that Bradley and I can afford to keep you living in our house with us. Especially considering that you don't bring any money into the house yourself. We need everything that we can get just to meet the increase in our bills, now that you've started using our electricity and water.
Oh, so now you're complaining that I'm using too much and costing you too much? What a lovely daughter-in-law you are. I feel so welcome in your home. That was sarcasm, if you didn't know.
No, I guessed that it was.
Anyway, you say that both you and Bradley need to work in order to keep me in the house, but we both know that that isn't true.
What do you mean?
Oh, do come off it. We both know that you only stayed at your job so that you could flirt with all the men there. There was no reason for you to stay there, not when Bradley is earning so much money at his work. I know that he's the one who pays for the house and bills. You don't really bring anything of value to the home.
And is that how you really feel?
Yes, it is.
I see. And who told you that Bradley earned more money than I did and that he paid for everything to do with the house?
Well, Bradley told me so himself.
What?
Yeah. The other night when you were working late again, although I'm pretty sure I know what you were actually doing, I asked Bradley if you really needed your job. He told me that you didn't, as he earned enough money to pay for the house and everything else. So basically, I know you just go to your job to get attention.
That's not true in the slightest. I love my job very much and I enjoy what I do. That is why I wanted to continue working. As for Bradley saying that he can afford this place on his own wages, well, I'll have a serious talk with him about that.
You can't get mad simply because I told you the truth. Even if you don't like it, there's nothing you can do about it. Face it, you just weren't cut out to be my sweet little baby's wife.
We'll just see about that. Bradley, why did you tell your mom that you could handle the finance of the house and bills and everything else without me? And that me going back to work was just a way for me to flirt with other people or something ridiculous like that?
Oh, Layla. Well, I guess I told her that because she was annoying me. She kept going on about how I should be the man of the house and you should be the woman of the house. I started to tell her that you needed to work so that we could afford the mortgage payments, but she looked so disappointed that I just blurted out that you do your job for fun because I can cover all the expenses. I didn't want to see my mom upset or worse, have her think that I'm not the man of the house simply because I earn less than you.
But you do earn less than me.
Well, she doesn't need to know that.
Bradley, you need to tell your mom the truth. She has been driving me mad with all of her accusations and belittling. She was complaining to me simply because I left a bowl and a cup in the sink this morning in a rush to get to work.
I know that she can be a little bit temperamental, but she means well. It's just her way of helping out.
I don't think it is. I think that she's purposefully trying to be difficult as a way to try and make me feel bad.
Are you seriously suggesting that my mom is being petty? That's my mom, Layla, and I don't appreciate you implying those kinds of things about her. I love her dearly, and I would be happy to see the two of you get on, so at least try to do so.
I am trying. I've been as gracious as I can be by opening up our home to her so that she has somewhere to live. I shouldn't have to put up with her belittling and nasty attitude as well.
Are you sure you're not the one being horrible?
No, of course I'm not. Whose side are you even on? Okay, I'll try. For you.
Thank you.
You're a little snitch, you know that?
I'm sorry?
Telling my son that I've been acting horrible to you? It's only what you deserve. You can't provide for my son the way that I can. I mean, you can't even look after a house for him. If anyone should be yelled at, it should be you.
Why are you acting so horrible to me? What have I ever done to make you hate me so much?
That's simple. You took my son away from me.
What?
Yeah, he should be relying on his mom to do things for him, not his useless wife. In fact, you don't deserve this house given how you let it get all messy and everything. And, considering that my son is the one who pays the mortgage and all of the bills, you're not actually wanted here anymore. I think you should leave. For good.
You have completely lost it now. Are you seriously trying to kick me out of my own home?
It's not yours. It's my son's. And he agrees with me.
No, he doesn't.
Ask him yourself.
Fine, I will. Bradley, your mom has gone too far now. She's trying to kick me out of my house. Can you believe that? I think it's time that we tell her that she needs to find somewhere else to live.
I'm not just kicking my mom out of the house. Besides, she has a point. I'm getting so sick and tired of your constant whining about her. Maybe it would be best if we just went our separate ways.
What? Are you seriously choosing her over me? I've done everything I can to make you happy, even letting you move your mom in with us even though I didn't really want to. And you decide that I'm the one being unreasonable and horrible?
Look, it's obviously not working out. Let's just be adults about this and end it. I'll keep the house, of course, as both me and my mom live there, so it only makes sense.
Oh, does it now? Fine, you can keep the house if you want it that bad. I'm sure I can find somewhere nicer anyway.
Whatever, just try and move your stuff out ASAP.
Oh, don't worry, I will.
So, did he finally tell you to pack your bags and take a hike? Huh, I told him he should have done that ages ago. He can do so much better than you for a wife. Not to mention that the house is ours. Honestly, you didn't stand a chance against me. I can't believe I actually get to keep living here though. I thought for sure that you'd put up some sort of fight for it.
Oh no. Like I told Bradley, the house is all yours. I'm sure I can find somewhere much nicer.
Huh? As if. Your work is all nonsense. I bet you don't even get paid that much. You'll probably come crawling back to Bradley begging for him to take you back, and I won't let him.
Believe what you want. You'll see soon enough.
What does that mean? Layla? Layla? Answer this phone right now. How could you do this to us? I thought that we were your family. Layla.
Oh, Tracy. What do you want?
How could you just sell the house like that? I mean, I don't get it. You shouldn't be able to do that. Bradley was the one who paid the mortgage and everything, wasn't he?
Actually, Tracy, I'm the one who did all of that. My job pays much more than Bradley's does, so we agreed that the mortgage would go in my name as I was the one with the highest wages. And because I technically own the house, that means I can do what I want with it. Even sell it.
Yeah, but we're your family. You wouldn't kick your family out of their home, would you?
Oh, please. You never saw me as your family. All you thought of me was that I was some useless girl who stole your son away from you. Well, you got your wish. Your son is all yours, but the house is not. Think of it as compensation for the hell you put me through when I had to live with you.
But...
Sorry, but I'm really not interested in whatever vile tirade you want to spew. I am a very busy woman, although I suggest that you and Bradley move out of the house ASAP. I've already got very interested buyers wanting to take a look around.
Don't be such a selfish witch. Just let me and Bradley live here.
No, I don't think I will. Not after the way you both treated me. You deserve to find your own place to live. Although, with Bradley's salary being so small, I can't imagine it will be a very nice place. Oh well, that's your problem, not mine.
Why, you...
Anyway, I've got a very busy day, so I'm gonna go. Please don't message me again. Goodbye. I ended up selling the house to a lovely couple who had a baby on the way. They were thrilled with the home and couldn't wait to start their little family. Tracy and Bradley were kicked out of the house, which meant they had to find a new place to live. They ended up renting a tiny, run-down apartment as Bradley couldn't afford anything bigger on just his salary alone, and his mom refused to work, instead demanding that her son provide for her. If only Bradley had listened to me, maybe he wouldn't be in the mess he is in now. Oh well, Sometimes you have to let people learn the hard way.